Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'll be talking about all the products I picked up during the Black Friday sales. I really didn't spend a lot of money on makeup throughout 2020. I just didn't really have anything that I needed to get. I made a couple orders throughout the year, but it is safe to say that I saved a lot of my purchases for the month of November, specifically to take advantage of the Black Friday sales. I'll start with some things I got from Sephora. There were a couple things that went on really good sale, and they were things that I'd wanted for a long time. And just, you know, I really purchased the minis and the travel sizes more than the full sizes because I wanted to try them, but I wasn't sure about the formula. So one thing I did purchase is from Too Faced. It's the Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. It's infused with peach and sweet fig milk. I got the travel size of it, just the smaller size. I used this for the first time today, and I liked how it didn't pill up. I feel sometimes that like mattifying primers, they have something in there where it makes it really tough to blend in, but this doesn't feel like anything on my skin. It's not making my foundation look weird or cakey. I didn't notice a cooling sensation, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention. And it doesn't smell so strong of peach that I felt like I was putting something really sweet and sugary on my face. Of course, I only have had it on for an hour or so I can't really tell you if it works at keeping me matte. It's also December, so I don't know how this would perform in the summer when I do typically get much more oily throughout the day. I will likely wait to start using this more regularly when the warmer months come, but I am glad to have it. I don't have any other primers in my collection. This is the only one I own, so I thought it would be fun to try it out. Another thing I got is a little mini set of the Marc Jacobs lip glosses. One is in the shade Sugar Sugar and the other one is in the shade Pink Parade. And Sugar Sugar is one of those classic shades that you always hear about from the Marc Jacobs line, from their lip gloss line. And it's what I'm wearing today. I filled my lips in with the Pillow Talk lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury, and then I put some of this on top. It's surprising how much I actually like lip glosses. I really only ever owned one for the past several years, one from ABH, and then I ended up getting a couple in a Charlotte Tilbury mystery box that I got recently, and then I also picked up these ones, and I'm really liking it. It's really no different from a lip balm to me, and I don't know why, I just never really got into lip glosses, and I think this might be the start of something special. Sugar Sugar is beautiful. It is a little bit lighter than what I'm used to, so I like to mix it with darker lip liners to get a better shade match or just something that looks more flattering on me. The other one I haven't tried on my lips yet, but it's in the shade Pink Parade, and in the tube it just looks like it's a little light peach color, but when you actually swatch it, it has a slight pinkish base, and then if you can see, it has like blue and purple shimmer. It's really surprising. It kind of reminds me of Sea Siren, the liquid shadow from Stila. It has like very similar reflex to it. I haven't tried it on my lips yet. It doesn't feel like the glitter particles are thick, like you'd be able to feel that on your lips. I'll have to experiment with that shade a little bit more and see how I can make that work, or if I can make it work at all. But I'm excited to try the formula. I always hear such good things about the Marc Jacobs lip gloss formula, and I'm glad that I was able to get a little mini size instead of committing to the full size. Speaking of mini, I did get a sample of the Tatcha Silk Peony Eye Cream, and there is 3 mils of product in here, and it's a surprisingly large amount for an eye cream sample, so I'm excited to try this. I don't have any specific eye creams in my collection. I just use whatever face cream I use around my eyes, so this will be nice to try out. I hear good things about the Tatcha skincare line as well, but it is very expensive, so I'm really glad to get such a generous amount in a sample. And then the last thing I got, I think I got a different shade from what I originally wanted. I got one of these Tarte lipsticks. They're in the beautiful blue packaging. The packaging is really gorgeous. And I got the shade Salt Life, and Life is spelled with a Y. And this is a really pretty like brownie maupey color. I do enjoy it, but I think the shade I wanted was Rum Punch, which is the one I hear Steph from It's Just Steph talk about all the time. It's like one of her favorite lipsticks. I do like the formula. I've worn it a handful of times and I do really like it, and so I will continue using it. I do like having some deeper nudes in my collection, but I think, you know, maybe once these go on sale again, I think I got this for like half off. If they go on sale again, I'll get Rum Punch also. I wanted to briefly mention the Sydney Grace singles that I got. I did show these more in my Sydney Grace eyeshadow bingo video that went up a couple days ago. I picked up some of the singles because I really liked the Enduring Love palette that I got on sale a couple months prior. I am wearing a couple of these shades on my eyes today in conjunction with some other singles in my collection, so let me go over that really briefly. I started by putting Makeup Geek Petal Pusher in my crease to start the look, and then I took that matte shade Predictable and I used that to deepen up the crease, and I also brushed it on the lower lash line a little bit. And then I went in with this shade Red Chameleon, which is very similar to one of the shades from the Jackie Aina ABH palette. I believe it's Lituation, but I can't remember for sure. It's got a reddish base and then a turquoisey blue shift. It reminds me a lot of that Oil Slick single that I had from Butter London. It was like in a little pot and it was a liquid shadow. I ended up decluttering that one because it got very old, and I'm glad to have something very similar in powder form. I have that all over the lid, and then I did put a little bit of Glass Bowl on top of it just to add a little bit more of that blue reflect and to lighten it up a little bit. Overall, I love the matte quality. I think these blend beautifully in all of the shades I have. I really enjoy. They do have some kick up though. They are very powdery products even when you use a very light hand and very soft brushes. So just keep that in mind. If you don't like that, this might not be for you. And the shimmer shades I've tried have also been very nice. They do have a very creamy consistency, and so they do bunch up on each other a little bit, and that does create some fallout. But any fallout I've had, I've been able to brush off with a clean fluffy brush and have no problem. So if those aren't deal breakers for you, I definitely recommend trying these shades or just this formula in general. I have loved every look I've created with Sydney Grace shadows so far. Now for some specific brands that I tried, I wanted to start with Flower Beauty. I did pick up a couple Flower Beauty products a few months before the Black Friday sales. I think they had like a 25 or 30% off site-wide sale. I did do a get ready with me and a first impressions video showing those products, like the setting spray and the loose mattifying powder. I used a couple other new products to me in that video, and I talked about how they performed throughout the day and the couple of times that I used them since then. They had another sale in November, and so I picked up a couple more things that I really wanted to try since I did enjoy the majority of the flower products I tried in that previous haul. The first thing I got is one of their newer shades from their flower pots, and this is in the shade Spiced Petal, and this is a beautiful just peachy nude color, something that I can wear on a very regular basis, and I just love that it has a little rose imprint in there. I think it's beautiful. I had wanted to try the flower pots previously. I heard the formula is really great, but none of the shades really spoke to me. I think they only had 3 shades at the time. So as they came out with more shades and I found one that would better match me, or just one that I would enjoy using on a more regular basis, I decided to pick it up. I also grabbed this color corrector here. This is the Chill Out Smoothing Color Corrector in the shade Light Peach, and even though it is one of the lighter shades, I would say it's fairly dark. It's definitely deeper than the other color corrector I own. So the one on your right side is the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. This is in the shade Fair, and I've used a lot of this one, and if you can see, the Flower Beauty one is definitely a little bit deeper and a little bit more orange, and I think that might actually work out well for me. I think it might be better because if a color corrector is too light, I don't know how good a job it does at canceling out the darker tones that you're trying to color correct. The NYX one, they don't make anymore. I can't get any more, and I've used up multiples of these, so I'm trying to find another version of a color corrector out there that I like. It's in really nice luxurious glass packaging, which is nice, and I am glad to find another affordable brand that provides color correctors, and I think they have like 4 or 5 different shades, which is great. One thing I got that I actually plan on returning is their Petal Pout lipstick. This is in the shade Naked Blush. I tried it once and it's a gorgeous nude color for me. It's like almost the exact same color as my lips, and I was really excited about it. It just smells like it's off. It just smells like very expired makeup, kind of like the makeup I used to play with when I was a really little kid. It also tastes really bad. I can like taste it in my mouth when I wear it, which normally I don't taste lipsticks when I wear them. So I did send an email to Flower Beauty that I would like to return this. I don't know how they'll set that up, if they want me to mail it back or if they'll just refund me. I'm not really sure. I was disappointed. I might consider purchasing another one of these when I go back into stores again. Maybe I can buy it in store and see if it still smells the same way, because it is a beautiful color, and from what I remember when I wore it, it was a really nice formula too. So I don't know. I hear such good things about this lipstick. I don't think it's supposed to normally smell like that, because I would have heard about it. One product I'm really excited about is their highlighter palette. I got the lighter version. This is in Champagne Shimmer, and I will likely not keep the little brush that it comes with. These are very high impact, like they're definitely not natural colors by any means. But they do have a beautiful sheen. I think that they can be sheared out or built up depending on what you're looking for. And I like that you do have 3 different undertones and one that's a little bit slightly deeper, so you can mix and match and get exactly what you're looking for. I hear such good things about this palette, specifically from Andrea Mattiano. She raves about this, and I'm really glad to have it in my collection. I've been wanting it for a long time. Another flower beauty product I've wanted for a long time is the Jungle Lights palette. I hear Sarah Hubler talk about this, and she raves about it, and now I understand why. These are gorgeous. I think these are powder. I don't think that they're cream products, but they do feel very creamy. One shade that I'm super excited about is this bottom one here. It's kind of like a mauve color. Like, that's just one swatch. That's like so opaque and beautiful, and I'm really excited. I did put the purple shade on top of a look that I had already created a while ago, and it looked really beautiful. I think these are really nice colors that I could wear a lot. Really beautiful. I can see myself wearing all of these colors, and I'm really excited to have this in my collection. I think this will be a good palette to take looks that I already create just up a notch a little bit. I made a couple Ulta orders. There were some really great Black Friday deals on the website, and there was also a 20% off coupon that I used. And I grabbed a couple of things from Essence because I already have quite a few things from that brand that I really enjoy, and there were just a couple other things that I wanted to try. The first one is the Loose Fixing Powder Instant Blur Effect. This is in the shade Light. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Christina Chang who loves this powder and raves about it, so I thought I would give it a try. I love trying to use new loose powders. I don't know what it is. It's not a very exciting product, or you wouldn't think it to be, but I just really love trying new formulas. I also got the blush. That's what it's called, the blush. And it's in the shade Blooming, a silky smooth powder blush to awaken your complexion. And what I really liked about this one is I already know I like the blush formula. I have 2 Essence blushes already and really love them, but I like the fact that this shade is so light. I can either use it whenever I have very colorful or really warm looks on my eyes and I don't want something that's too much on my cheeks, or I can use it to blend out a blush that has too much pigment. I can mix it with this to take it down a notch. I can also just really build this up and have a beautiful like translucent flush. And another thing I got that I hear really good things about is their little single metallic shades. This is the Melted Chrome eyeshadow in the shade Zinc About You 01. And this is, once again, a purpley mauve shade. You know how much I love my purpley mauve shades. And this one is kind of like a creamy formula. I think this is supposed to be more similar to the ColourPop eyeshadows. One thing I didn't realize until they both came in the mail is that the shade from the Jungle Lights palette from Flower and this shade are very, very similar, and I probably didn't need both. So the one on the top is the one from Essence, and the one on the bottom is the one from Flower. The Flower Beauty one is just slightly deeper, and I do adore this type of shade, so I am going to keep both. But keep that in mind, if you are looking at both of those products, there is a chance that you could just get one or the other and not need both of them. I also got quite a few things from NYX. I wanted to stock up on some lip pencils and get some more shades that I felt like I was missing in my collection. So I did grab 3 more of their Slide On Glide On lip pencils. This is one of my favorite lip product formulas, lip liner formulas, I mean. I did get another one of the Disco Rage, which is that hot pink color. The one that I had ended up expiring, and it is one of my favorite summer lip colors, so I thought I'd grab another one while they were having a sale. I did also pick up another one of Sugar Glass, which I used up one of these this year, and I ended up really missing having this type of color. It's a really light, warm brown, and I just really like mixing it with a lot of other pinky lip colors, so I thought I'd grab another one of these. And then I also got a slightly deeper brown. This is in the shade Beyond Nude. It's very similar to Sugar Glass, but it's a little bit deeper. I do have a couple brown lipsticks that I've really been loving wearing, and I don't have something dark enough to properly line my lips with beforehand. My top lip is a little asymmetrical, and I do like to try and overline a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit. And so I like to use lip liners that are very close to the lip products I'm going to put on top of them. So I grabbed this. I imagine I'll get a ton of use out of this. Another lip product I got was one of the Filler Instincts by NYX, and this is in the shade Beach Casual. I think I heard Laura talk about this, and this was like one of her favorite lip products that she had tried recently, so I thought I would get it too. It does have a minty feeling and a minty taste. If you don't like that, I wouldn't recommend getting it, but it is a beautiful color. I did wear this with a purple eyeshadow look that I did recently, and I really like how that looked together. Sometimes I have trouble figuring out what to pair with like very purpley warm eye looks, and this went really nicely with it, and it's a very comfortable formula, so I really like it so far. I also grabbed 2 liquid highlighters. These are just minis of the Born to Glow liquid illuminators. This one is in the shade Gleam. This is more of like a warm gold undertone, and then Sunbeam, which is a lighter cool toned pinky type of highlighter. And I love having these types of products because I like to mix them in with lipsticks and liquid lipsticks to make cream blushes. I also really like to use them as foundation mixers if I want something to have a little bit more of like a lifelike finish or more of a satin finish. I also just use them as illuminating primers on certain points of my face to add a little bit more of a natural glow. I always find myself using these for some reason or another, so I thought I would try them, and I love that NYX offers minis of each of these so I can try both colors and see if it's a formula that I like. I have a couple things that I picked up from some Ulta orders, and I do have another one coming in the mail that I don't have yet. It should be coming anytime soon. That one was kind of a last minute purchase because a palette that I really have been wanting for a long time and had my suspicions that they were potentially discontinuing it. It ended up going on sale for half off on the Ulta website, so I grabbed it, and then a couple mascaras because I only have one open mascara right now, and I know I'll need some obviously next year. So I thought I'd get them now while they're on sale. One thing I did get was the Taupes by Juvia's Place. This is a little one of their mini palettes, and I did use this a couple times to create some looks, and I do like the formula of the shades. I think the shimmers you do have to work with a little bit more to get the impact that you want. The mattes work fine. They seem to blend well for me. I feel like mid-tone browns aren't the hardest things to formulate, so I don't really expect to have a lot of trouble with the mattes, but I have heard people tell me that sometimes their mattes aren't as easy to work with. What I really like about this palette is it has a very interesting undertone. Like, some of these shades are very unique to my collection, even though it is just like taupey shades, which I have a ton of, especially like browns. The undertones are very unique, and I do find that because of that, my looks do look a little bit different than looks that I can create with other shades in my collection. It is just nice to have a companion palette like this to help build a look, or if I want to take it up a notch with one of these fun shimmers, I can do that. I do use my finger to apply them, especially this one here in the middle. I find that that's how it best applies, but I do that with a lot of shimmers anyway, so I don't really see that as a problem. I do have the larger, the Magic Mini palette that is coming in the mail. That's the one that was on sale for like $12.50, and I have been wanting that palette for a long time, so when I saw it was on such a good deal, I did grab it, and I will compare the formula between the two because some people in the comments have mentioned that the mini palettes, the formula is not the same as the ones in the larger palettes, so I am going to compare them. As for mascara, I did grab another Essence Lash Princess mascara. I just like having one of those in my collection. It's one of my favorites. It's incredibly affordable, so I thought I'd grab another one of those. I also grabbed the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. I think it was Andrea Mattiano that raved about it, and I have heard really good things about it overall from other people as well, so I thought I'd grab one of those. And I also grabbed the Catrice Hydro Primer. I hear this compared to the Smashbox Primerizer a lot, which I did really enjoy, and I used up a full size of that a while ago, and I think it would just be nice to have a moisturizing primer in my collection because, like I said, I only have one other primer in my collection right now, which is the Tarte, the Too Faced Primed and Peachy one. So having a mattifying and then a hydrating one I think is more than enough that I need in my collection. A couple more things I got from Ulta. I got the Pacifica Alight Clean Foundation. This is in the shade 33NL, which is slightly too deep for me. Later on down the line, once I use up some of the other foundations in my collection, I will purchase hopefully a shade that's a little bit better of a match for me so I can just use it on its own. But I do plan on holding on to this one. I'm not going to return it because I am almost finished with another foundation that I use that's slightly too deep, and I use it to mix it with other foundations to get a better shade match. And so I will be needing another deeper foundation color like that because I enjoy using it. I enjoy having a foundation like that where I can mix it with other ones. This is a higher coverage product and it does have a slight olive undertone. I'm pretty sure I got the one with the olive undertone. So I think it'll just be a nice mixer shade. And the last two products I grabbed were during a really great sale on the Ulta website. The Stila liquid lipsticks were on sale for $10, which is more than 50% off. So I grabbed the shade Beso, which is a beautiful red color. I think this is what I'll wear on my wedding day. And then Palermo, which is like a deeper brown shade. I recently had to declutter my Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Americano, and I wanted to have a deeper, more browny red color, and I ended up purchasing Palermo around the same time, and I do find that is an adequate comparison. I think the Americano shade is a little bit more reddy brown, and this one's a little bit more of a cooler tone, just slightly. It's not as warm as Americano, but it's fine. I love the color. I think it's a beautiful color, and I already know I love the Stila liquid lipstick formula, so these are very welcome additions to my lip collection. I did also purchase a Charlotte Tilbury mystery box where I got 8 full-sized Charlotte Tilbury products for like $145, and I did purchase that during the Black Friday sales. I'm not going to include it in this video because I do have a separate unboxing video where I talk about all of those in more detail, and I do have a get ready with me where I used all of those products on my face. So I'll have those linked in the description box or in the cards. Because I go into such detail with those, I'll just keep that separate, but that is part of my Black Friday sales. Overall, I'm really excited with these new additions in my collection. I will have some more first impressions and more get ready with me's and tutorials in the future using some of these products and showing them in action. I will also be pulling them in my Shop My Stash videos where I tried to pick out a couple new products to test out over the course of the month. So please stay tuned for those. I will go into more detail about the quality and the performance of these products in coming months. Let me know if you got anything exciting during the Black Friday sales. Because of the way this year has gone, was your Black Friday spending similar to past years? Did you spend more? Did you spend less? And why? And of course, let me know if there's anything specific you want to see me do with any of these products. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.